So speaking of gaining business experience at Ferrolinkers, I think this is also when you and your friends start your first business.
Yes. So this was, I think, 2016, December 2017, Jan. Two of my friends and I, we were just sitting one day, and both of them had their own ventures. One was working with textiles, and one was making furniture. So we thought that we could all club it together and take like a space where we could display our own products, and it could also become like an office space for us where we could have meetings and get clients and all of that. So, and both of them also had a full-time job along with it. So we rented the small place in Haskas village, and we called it the Studio SQ1. SQ1 because it was the room, the address where we all stayed in college, and even at that time. So it was called Studio SQ1. And we had a good mix of furniture, ceramic, textiles in that store. We launched it, I think, in June 2017. June 2017 is also when we were the finalists for the Interior Lifestyle Award. So that's where we actually launched the studio. And then a week later, we had an opening for our store.
So you won an award as soon as you started, or you were finalists for the award as soon as you started?
Yeah. So you could send in your design. So we had sent in a lighting design, a lamp design that we had. That put us to that platform. And because we were all designing separately in our own ventures anyway, right? So June is when we launched the store. Meanwhile, I was also working with Ferrolinkers. That's when I also started filing in my own kiln and making work regularly. So eventually, I think towards the end of 2017, things started getting a little hectic because work at Ferrolinkers picked up a lot, and I was almost going 5 to 6 days a week. I was going to the factory, which was 3 hours one way. So I was traveling almost 6 hours every day. I was coming back home and doing pottery at night, or maybe, on Sundays. Saturday, Sunday, if I used to get time, I used to go and spend it at the store, just managing the store and doing some work for that. So it's really, really hectic. And I think just the travel was also really ruining it for me because 6 hours of traveling was too much. So I started talking to my bosses about eventually, I do want to quit. And I spoke to them about it in 2018. And I said, after this fair, I would like to just discontinue. And they were like, we can't let you go that easily. Move on. So we started looking for replacements, or basically hiring junior designers who then I could train and then I can move on. So 2018 again, things got hectic. But I found one person who then joined us full time. I started training him. Meanwhile, my personal social media following started increasing. I started getting more orders. So I had this weird phase where I had work and all I wanted to do was go back home and just do pottery. But I couldn't because I had to be at the factory. I had to do 10 other things. And I felt like I am missing out on the one thing that I really, truly love and I wanted to do. So again, by the end of 2018, I started pushing my bosses that, I don't think I can stay any longer. So just please figure this out. By the end of 2018, our store also started facing a little problems. Like it was a basement, so we started having some flooding and pipeline issue and all of that. So reconstructing that also meant a lot of like a big financial investment. So then we sat as a team and we just discussed about how we want to take this forward. And I had realized that all three of us had different goals for our own brands. And it didn't make sense to continue that space. So December 2018, Jan 2019 is when we shut the doors to that space as well. Yeah. And by that time, the junior designer at Ferrolinkers that I hired had been there for about 6 to 8 months. So I told my bosses that after this fair, the fair is when in basically Feb March is our fair and meeting time. So all our buyers come in that time. So I told them that after this phase is over, I would like to discontinue completely. After that also they told me that, we want to retain you, so maybe just stay on as a consultant. You don't have to come every day, you don't have to do the day-to-day workings of the factory. Just come once in a while when there's a meeting, just design for us and keep guiding the design team from home. So that was the arrangement I made with them. April is when I officially quit Ferrolinkers. May is when a clay story was featured in Vogue. So I think, I think that it was a very good boost also for me, because to quit something, also having a financial, it's stable income that's coming in. So to quit that, to venture on to something which you don't know how it will go. So just to get featured in a magazine like Vogue also meant a lot.